For centuries, ancient civilizations have told stories of beings who descended from the sky, taught knowledge, and then vanished. Were these just myths, or real extraterrestrial visitors? Today, we uncover shocking evidence hidden in ancient Egypt, Sumer, and the Mayan world that suggests we were never alone. The Great Pyramids of Giza, an architectural wonder that continues to baffle engineers today. Composed of over 2 million stone blocks, some weighing more than 80 tons, the entire structure stands with breathtaking precision. Modern cranes would struggle to lift even a fraction of that weight, let alone place it with the accuracy seen at Giza. So how did a civilization without modern technology achieve this monumental feat? The pyramids are not just randomly placed piles of stone. They are perfectly aligned with the cardinal points north, south, east, and west, and some researchers believe they mirror the stars in the Orion constellation. This level of astronomical and engineering knowledge seems far beyond what was supposedly available at the time. The joints between the massive stones are so tight you can't even slip a piece of paper between them. Could this be the work of human hands alone? Or did our ancestors receive help? Many believe they had guidance from advanced visitors who possessed technology we are only just beginning to understand. The sheer scale and perfection of the pyramids remain one of history's greatest arguments for ancient extraterrestrial contact. The math simply doesn't add up without an external influence. Now, let's travel to Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization, home to the ancient Sumerians. Over 6,000 years ago, they suddenly developed a sophisticated society with written language, complex mathematics, and advanced astronomy. Where did this explosion of knowledge come from? The Sumerians themselves gave us an answer in their clay tablets. They wrote about the Anunnaki, a word that translates to those who from heaven to earth came. According to their texts, these beings descended from a planet called Nibiru and genetically engineered early humans to serve as a workforce. The Sumerians didn't just write about them. They carved their images into stone. We see towering figures, often depicted with wings or wearing strange helmets and what look like wristwatches. These aren't just simple gods. They are described as teachers who gave humanity the gifts of agriculture, law, and science. The details are astonishingly specific, describing their leaders, their technology, and their purpose on Earth. Are these just elaborate stories? Or are they the historical records of humanity's first encounter with an alien race? The evidence left behind by the Sumerians paints a picture of a past far more advanced and interconnected with the cosmos than we ever imagined. Halfway across the world, deep in the jungles of Central America, the Mayan civilization flourished. Their knowledge of time and the cosmos was so advanced that their calendar is still more accurate than the one we use today. Like the Sumerians, the Mayans believed their ancestors and gods came from the stars, specifically from the Pleiades star cluster. Their magnificent temples, like the ones at Chichen Itza and Tikal, were not just places of worship. They were astronomical observatories, built to align perfectly with celestial events like solstices and equinoxes. But the most compelling piece of evidence lies buried in a tomb. The sarcophagus lid of the Mayan king Pakal the Great has puzzled researchers for decades. The carving depicts Pakal seated in a complex contraption. His hands appear to be manipulating controls, his foot is on a pedal, and behind him, flames and smoke are shown erupting. To many, this is not a depiction of a king's journey to the underworld. It's a clear image of a man piloting a machine, a spacecraft. The details are too specific to be a coincidence. It looks like an astronaut in a cockpit, a sky visitor preparing for launch. Could the Mayan kings have truly been descendants of star travelers, just as their legends claim? Let's fly over to the arid plains of southern Peru, where one of the world's most baffling mysteries is etched into the desert floor, the Nazca lines. These are gigantic geoglyphs, enormous drawings of animals, plants, and intricate geometric shapes. We see a spider, a monkey, a hummingbird, and a figure that many have nicknamed the astronaut. What's so incredible about these lines is their scale. They are so massive that they are completely unrecognizable from the ground. You can only see and appreciate what they are from high up in the sky. This raises a profound question. Who were these drawings for? The Nazca people, who created them over 2,000 years ago, had no way of flying. They could have never seen their own artwork in its entirety. So why would they create art that only beings in the sky could view? Was it a tribute to their sky gods? Or were these massive drawings intended as navigational aids or landing strips for visitors who weren't from this world? The purpose of the Nazca lines remains a secret, but their very existence points to a culture that was focused on one thing, the world above. They were creating a message, a giant welcome mat in the desert, for someone looking down from the heavens. Back in Egypt, hidden within the temple of Hathor at Dendera, there is a relief that challenges everything we know about ancient technology. On the walls of a dark crypt, we find a curious set of carvings. They depict figures holding what look unmistakably like giant light bulbs. Each bulb has a serpent-like filament inside, connected by a wire to a box that looks like a power source or a battery. The figures themselves hold the objects up, just as we would hold a light. Mainstream Egyptologists argue this represents a scene from Egyptian mythology, involving a snake emerging from a lotus flower. But the similarities to modern electrical lighting are uncanny. How did the ancient Egyptians create intricate art deep inside pitch-black tombs and temples? The official explanation is that they used torches or mirrors, but analysis of the ceilings shows no soot residue. And reflecting sunlight deep into winding corridors would be incredibly inefficient. The Dendera light relief suggests another possibility. They had access to a form of electrical technology, a secret knowledge that may have been lost to time. Or perhaps it was a gift from visitors who had already mastered it. The story isn't confined to one or two civilizations. It's a global phenomenon. Travel to ancient India, and you'll find texts like the Vedas describing Vimanas. These were flying machines capable of traveling through the sky, into space, and even underwater. The descriptions are highly technical, detailing their construction, propulsion systems, and even the weapons they carried. In Africa, the Dogon tribe of Mali possessed stunningly accurate knowledge of the Sirius star system long before modern telescopes could verify it. They knew that Sirius A had a tiny, invisible companion star, Sirius B, and that it had a 50-year elliptical orbit. How could a tribe with no astronomical instruments know these specific details about a star that's invisible to the naked eye? The Dogon say this knowledge was given to them by beings called the Namo, amphibious creatures who came from the Sirius system in a spaceship. From India to Africa, from South America to Egypt, the narrative is the same. Gods came from the sky, shared advanced knowledge, and promised to return. So, were they really here? Mainstream archaeology often dismisses these connections as coincidence or misinterpretation of myths. But the evidence is overwhelming. We have impossible architecture that defies modern engineering. We have ancient texts describing sophisticated technology. We find identical myths of sky gods and star-traveling teachers in cultures that were separated by vast oceans and had no contact with one another. How can so many different peoples from all corners of the globe independently create the exact same story? Is it truly a coincidence? Or is it the fragmented memory of a shared historical event? A time when humanity was not alone, when we were students of visitors from the stars. The clues are scattered across our planet, waiting for us to piece them together. Whether myth or reality, the evidence left behind by ancient civilizations suggests one thing: humanity's origins may be far stranger than we think. The questions are too big to ignore, and the mysteries are too deep to be forgotten. If you want to explore more hidden truths and ancient secrets, hit that subscribe button and join the journey. The past still holds secrets, and we're here to uncover them. Thanks for watching.